The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Shannon will speak.
Hump Day! You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 55 degrees and sunny. The high is 58. The low is 33.
Talk about Hump Day, the one guy we missing on Hump Day. We're without our boy. We're without our boy Kurt.
Hope your butt gets better, Kurt.
Yeah, 3 pumps. That erectile, that timing, it wasn't what he anticipated.
Yes, sir.
We're without our boy Kurt 3 Pump Daniels. He is Shannon. This is Nate. In the back is Kurt. Keep Chris. Ooh,
Yes.
Chris, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together,
Yes.
we are hanging with the boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us
Pump, pump, pump.
when we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. We still getting food Friday, Chris?
The email went out, and I've not seen the response.
You sent an email?
Well,
No, I sent an email to the parties and said, hey,
I
you
got
sent a previous email that said this is the date. Is it still the date?
I got you. So we're getting the same order that we got last time.
I mean, if you guys want to change, you let me know,
No.
but I was just going to go with the same
He
You
order.
might be the only one that changed, Shannon.
Hey man,
flip-flop.
don't
I
get
don't
me
know.
none. Even if I make it, don't get me none because I don't know if I'll be here. So don't get me
no,
none.
get him some,
Yeah.
and we'll take care of it.
Yeah, no, we'll take care of it. Don't worry. There's
All
enough people that are like, why not get some?
Okay, well, do what you do,
some?
baby. Do what you do. I'm sorry.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't want to.
You did get some.
I don't like to take advantage. Be wasteful.
Cinnamon rolls will be here next week.
Okay.
So
You make sure I know what day so I do not miss.
Because we're not
Just make sure
saving you none if you ain't here.
That's what I'm trying to say. Oh man.
Hey, you
That's
can do
okay.
it next Friday.
At least they'll be eating.
Do it next
Cinnamon
Friday.
rolls?
Yeah, next Friday, because Jesse won't be here.
We're not
That's
saving
foul.
you none.
That's foul, Chris.
Next
Oh,
Friday,
that's
I'm
foul.
just joking. I'm
That's
just
foul.
joking.
That's foul.
Hey, we
man.
don't have a show tomorrow. Remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
No show tomorrow.
tomorrow.
No show tomorrow.
But we will have one next
me,
Friday.
sir.
Check
Excuse me.
times. We're gonna work on times.
okay. And you're iffy for Friday, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah. But so y'all gonna get the wings anyway. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't want
We're
to
working on it.
be wasteful, man.
We'll take care.
They won't go to waste.
No, they won't. All right, fellas, how are y'all? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Mentals and dentals, you good?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
Nate?
great, man. We
Yep.
know somebody.
Somebody ain't good.
Yeah, so it ain't doing good.
Somebody, no explanation or nothing.
Nothing.
Just last minute, not going to be there.
Man.
It's either diarrhea or is getting fired, one or the other. Those are the only two things that hit you out of nowhere.
Mm.
What do you think it is?
Now,
You
I
said
hope it's
diarrhea
diarrhea.
or fired?
Yeah.
I hope
I hope
it's
it's diarrhea. That's
Hope it's
crazy.
diarrhea.
Kurt,
Oh, gee.
we hope you have diarrhea.
Wow.
That's wow.
Well, this game is shaping up to be a little more interesting than it was at the beginning of the year. Carolina's
Yeah.
actually playing some decent football. Their quarterback seems like he's starting to maybe figure it out. They got a pretty good running back. Is their running back the biggest threat on? And by the way, we'll tease this. We were talking about this before the show, and Jesse was like, "I'll tell you in the break." I was like, "No, tell us on the air because we want to know." The rumors are actually, I guess it's facts now because he's said it was true. Bill Belichick is talking to the University of North Carolina about a position with the football program.
Yeah, I mean, not just a position,
The
the position.
And Jesse has some opinions, so we'll get those opinions.
I want to say this right here. In keeping with the Belichick way of doing things, Coach Belichick, we hear you talking to North Carolina. How is that going? Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
You know what? If I'm North Carolina, we don't need you, bro. We don't need you.
And see, that's the part. That's a part right there that you can't be that way.
Yes.
When you're
College.
dealing with a college program because there's so many moving parts. You don't have just the football office. You have the academic department. You have the
alumni, the boosters.
the booster clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, you have so many
The parents.
parts. The parents,
Yes.
the agents now. You have so many moving parts when it comes to a collegiate program that you just can't say shun the outside world and it's just us on the inside. Because, one of my good friends, she's the assistant athletic director and she's over academics, Cricket Lane, shout out to Cricket. You got to communicate with Cricket. You got to know who's in line to graduate, whose grades aren't right, all the other kind of stuff. And it takes me back to a time when, and he was a coach here too under Jimmy Johnson, Butch Davis.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
When Butch came over and took over as the head coach, Butch wanted to run it like an NFL organization, and he kept now. Butch was doing some funny money stuff behind the scenes. This is before NIL stuff.
Yeah, he blew up Blake.
Yeah. And he shunned everybody. Everybody was on the outside, the periphery. No one could get into that building. I remember I came back one time, and as a 4-year starter, I tried to go to see a practice. They stopped me at the gate and said, "You can't come in." I looked around as if someone else was behind me that they were talking to. And it was one of the guys.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the guys that it was Corey Holiday. I'm like, Holiday, it's me. Like it's Jesse. He goes, "Bruh, I know. I'm sorry. But if you don't call ahead and you don't get on the list, that coach approves the list of folks that can come to practice."
Wow.
I'm like, "Holiday, it's me." He like, "Jess, I know." He goes, "As bad as I want to just say, give you a hug and tell you come on in, can't." And that rubbed a lot of people wrong because I'm like, I ain't no just regular fan, a person, a student just walking in. I'm blood, sweat, and tears. 4 years for you guys. So Bill's gonna have to. He's gonna have to really, really, really change his way of thinking. And just when he says like this is gonna be a pipeline to the NFL, well, that's what all colleges are right now. That's all the major ones: Texas,
Yes, sir.
Alabama,
Yes,
Georgia.
sir.
Like him saying that isn't nothing new. They're all trying to get to the NFL. They're all trying to do that. So I don't know. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. You got rid of Mac Brown, who was 73, only to hire a guy who's 72. There has to be some relatability with the coach and these younger players.
Were you shocked when you heard the rumors, and then were you even more shocked when you realized they were true? Because Bill, and you've been part of that program.
I was shocked because I didn't think he wanted college. You want to go into college now?
That's harder work than the NFL.
10
That's more
times.
time.
It's all year.
24/7, yeah.
It's all year, and now you have to chase around 60, 70, 80 teenagers, early 20-year-olds.
He's already doing that, isn't he?
Well, see,
But the thing,
Wow, that was good. That's a good line right there.
Don't go there.
I don't care.
This
That was
man
good.
was having
That
a
was
good
good. That was
conversation.
good.
That was good line.
Why you do that?
That was good
Why
timing.
you do
Am I
that?
lying?
that was
Yeah.
good timing.
Here's the thing is like if you listen to Deion, he says that on Friday he goes to practice, and after practice he goes jumps on a plane or helicopter or whatever and goes to recruits on Friday night, and then flies back the same night for his game the next day. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, but if Dion flies to my house, I'm going to Colorado.
Yeah,
I mean,
the thing
here's
is,
the
all the college coaches do that. They have to go
Dion
see
may
on
go
Friday
see a
night.
game, but Dion don't go to houses. He'll send his assistants. You have to come into Colorado. He'll go watch you play,
And
but you got
that
to
is
come to
what-
Colorado.
that is the
'Cause he said-
advantage of Nick and all of the guys. Once you become that iconic coach, that's what happened now. What Coach Belichick will have to do, what Prime will do in a heartbeat when they're able to, is he will FaceTime. If Coach don't mind FaceTiming, he gonna be perfect. Because you got the assistant to the assistant, like you say, going to the house.
Yeah.
Then you got, if your assistant got a big enough name, he will come visit you at your school. If your assistant got that, like say Sap, hey man, Sap coming to the school. Well, in some areas that could be equal to Prime. Then when you come in, because I was just talking to Prime about 30 minutes ago, hey, how many guys you got coming out of pro? So he named 7 or 8 guys that he felt that should get a legit shot at the pros. And I said, well, that's part of the recruiting. He said, yeah, that's part of selling and recruiting. So everybody's selling with Coach Belichick.
Yeah.
But if you're not willing, because I've seen Prime Man, he'll be in a heated conversation, cracking jokes. Hold on, I got to get this. And he turned into Coach Prime, what's up? How may I help you? Hey, wide receiver such and say, hey, man. And then he'll throw some stats at him. And, yeah, I've been watching. So if Coach Belichick is willing to get on that FaceTime and spend some time with these kids, and especially because the recruiting process, not only are you recruiting these new kids, these high school kids, and kids from other colleges that want to come into that portal, you are still recruiting your own kids. Once they come into the door, the recruiting just started.
With the
Prime,
portal,
Prime does this. His players hit him all the time. Coach, hey, Coach, I just want to holler at you. All right, man, good. How you doing? What is it a problem now? I just want to it's like you say, it is a different world.
And again, when you're a pro,
yes,
it's 53 to 60 of us, and everybody ain't coming to talk to Bill.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got an issue, you might come talk to your position coach. You might get a conversation with the OC. And
right.
God forbid, please, Lord, if you hear my prayers, do not send Josh McDaniels down there to Carolina. Please, please, please.
Not a fan?
No. He's a terrible human being. Please.
Wow.
Him and Julian,
something must be ain't right for Jared for Jesse to say you're terrible.
Who's worse, him or Edelman?
Ooh.
Because there's only two people I ever heard you say that are terrible people.
They're neck and neck.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you. They're just like, that's why.
Is it a private thing or something you can say why? Is it just private?
You can't find anybody that said anything good about Josh McDaniels as a coach.
Oh, okay.
Not one team. Like the way he talks to people, the way he treats people. I'm always the kind of guy is, who are you when it's just you and I?
Right.
When you treat people who are quote unquote less than you bad, when you treat other men who you're supposed to be trying to help bad, you're not a good person.
Right.
And that's where I got off on Julian Edelman, right? Like I've watched him do things where the little lady is coming in to clean up the locker room, whatever, or pick stuff up, and he shoot a tape ball over at her garbage can and miss it, and don't even go pick it up. Now she left to pick it up. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, it's stuff like that you see when you go out with people and you just see how they interact with people like that. That's why I'm always like, oh, you're not a nice human. Now I'll always give Julian Edelman credit. Right. Nobody works harder than him on the football field. Damn good practice player, damn good football player. Trash human.
So he need to work as hard as shooting his little shots at the garbage can too.
I mean, but like, wow. Listen, it's gonna be very, very interesting because everything that Bill Belichick is like the introvert. He's going to have to flip it.
Why would he do that? Are they throwing a boatload of money at him, or is he?
No.
What is it?
Nah.
Carolina is, like, let's be honest. Like, Carolina is and always will be a basketball school.
Right.
And so now everyone's trying to find an avenue to compete. How can we get players in to compete? And it was the same thing with Mac Brown. We brought in a good name, big name. Now, the one thing that Mac Brown could still do, he could recruit. Like, Mac understood how to recruit. Mm-hmm. He understood how to, win your state. He understood, I got ties in Texas. Still got, you know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. It's who do I have the relationships with? Like, Mac Brown, as long as he's been coaching, there's coaches in, you name a Texas school, where he's taking players, time and time again, where he can go back to that pond and get another player. And then you establish him all over the country. Bill's coming in there with, now his staff is going to have to be one of those staffs where maybe there's a couple former head coaches that have come along on his staff that can help him out in those areas. But with college coaches, with high school coaches, I ain't sending a player to you when I don't have a relationship to you. I might send my best guy to, let's say, SMU. Right. Because what SMU also going to do, they're going to come back when I tell them, hey, I got this kid right here, man. Really good kid, man.
Give him a good look.
Give him a shot. Right. And they may throw him a scholarship later on to come in there because I gave you your 5-star quarterback 2 years ago. And that's how your relationships are built over time. It's going to be very interesting, but I don't think it's going to work out.
All right, well, we burned up the first segment. So I have This was Chris's idea. I can't take credit for it. I think it's a great idea.
It's a great idea, though.
We are going to do something we've never done on this show. We've done a version of this, but we've never done this.
Do a segment with our shirts off. That's wild.
Absolutely not.
That's actually maybe a better idea, but it's a little cold, so we'll wait till it's warmer. We have an empty chair over there. We are going to extend an offer to anyone in this building that listens to this show. Kalisha. Big Rob.
Oh, Big Rob, come on.
Nick's been here before, but Nick, anybody that listens to our show, Michael Villarreal, anyone in the building, anyone I didn't name, we have an open chair.
First come, first
But
serve.
if you got thin skin,
don't come down.
don't come down.
Dougie Fresh.
We like to have fun.
Doug can come in.
You talking about Doug over there?
Yeah.
He's
Scott?
sick.
Stay away.
Keep him over there.
Scott Purcell, anybody
It's
that's
like,
listening.
he's sick. No,
to the
you
show.
can't come in
If
here.
Scott Purcell come in here, just like nobody sitting in this chair.
It's like Kurt. It's like Kurt. It's like Kurt.
sitting in the chair. Scott coming
Bro,
in.
if Kalisha comes down, I will die.
Hey, get Scott.
I
Hey,
would
call
love
Scott.
to have Kalisha
come on down.
If you're not in the meeting and you got some time to
Come
spare,
on.
Miss Kalisha.
Yes, ma'am. Come on down.
Anybody come down. We have an open chair. Join us for the second, third segment. You can talk when you want to. We just need to fill the
And there's
chair.
well, I better start there. I got the asinine the last time I did. I don't need no more asinines, and I ain't putting up with no more asinines.
We'll take a break before Nate gets in trouble. We'll be back. Cowboys, Panthers.
Miss Kalisha,
football
come on
talk.
down.
Come on down.
And maybe
Call
a
her,
special
Kurt.
guest on
Chris.
Hanging with the Boys. Be right
You
back.
got me calling Chris Kurt.
Wow.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Also, no takers on the chair yet, so
And
it's
I
still
take
available.
back everything I said about Bill Belichick because it will get back to Bill Belichick and he will ban me from coming back.
No, he won't.
Yeah, it's all good.
No,
You know what's funny? As like, I get more love in. It's not about me, but it's about me. I get more love in the Dean Dome than I did at Keenan. Keenan is the football. Like, I get love when I go.
and you
back
made it to
Dean
the
Dome.
NFL and not the NBA.
Correct. I played 2 years of basketball before I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to give it all to football.
Really?
Yeah, I get more love at the Dean Dome. Like, I could go to the
Why do you
Dean
think
Dome.
that is?
Because they made you switch your number.
No. It's
Sympathy?
no. It's smaller number of players. And, and I was a part of something that was historic. So I think that
makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean, I was a part of the class that got Carolina kind of back on the map. My class, the recruiting class that we
stuff.
were, it was my class that got us the Hakeem Nicks of the world. That led to then getting guys like T.J. Yates. That led to getting guys like
Michael Jordan.
No. I don't even play around and put my name in that conversation.
I'm just saying, since you pat yourself on the back.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's all those things that led to who was the quarterback that went to Chicago? That Mitch Trubisky. But I don't know. For whatever reason, I go down to the Dean Dome. They give me whatever I want.
Wow.
When I want it, whenever I ask for it.
Yeah, man, I feel that same when I go down to the visit
Except you can't watch
Cowboys.
practice.
To the lunchroom.
To the bucket and all of them and Mr. Jones upstairs.
Yeah.
You were part of something historic. It ain't been right since you left. It ain't been right since.
I thought somebody was coming around the corner, a young lady, but it wasn't our people.
Still got Kurt.
Yes,
It's just like he's here.
Yeah. Yes.
No response.
nothing.
Yeah. Swing by your local 7-Eleven and grab your favorite item from the roller grill. Then
Glizzy.
enjoy a big gulp
Oh, big gulp, son.
for just 89 cents. Valid at participating stores. Fill up and get ready for game day. No, Kurt. No, we're joking. We hope you feel better if you're sick. Anyway, here's a great stat, speaking of Kurt, that Kurt gave us here. This blows my mind. In the last 3 games, Saquon Barkley is the only running back in the NFL that has more rushing yards than Rico Dowdle. Isn't that crazy? And you quit giving him the ball the last game.
That's the crazy part.
329 yards. Barkley has 486. Just that discrepancy of between number 1 and number 2 in the last 3 games tells you what crazy season Saquon's having. But
what will we?
That kind of blows me away.
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say what I know but what was the thinking early into this year, where it was like, oh, running back by committee, and I remember us coming on this show and discussing it about, hey, running backs need rhythm. They need to get taking me out after every single series. I don't get a rhythm. I don't get a vibe of what's going on, how plays are being called for me, how things are being set up for me, how am I setting these blocks up and all that. And everybody's like, oh, no, we got to just run it back. And I was like, running back by committee like that never really, really works. And then they finally,
I wonder if they would have, if something's different with him, or if they would have started giving him the rock on a regular basis at the beginning, if he would still be running.
The only thing
he would have started earlier and still be this strong.
The only thing, the 2 things that were in his way when he first started was, besides me going along with the running back with committee, I thought Coach would handle it better, but I don't want to say nothing against Mike, but they didn't handle that right. Wrong player, wrong situation. But beyond that, now he's the main back. He learned to be a little bit more patient and see the whole. Early in the year, I guess he was just hyped, trying to show them that he was the man. A lot of times, he wouldn't stay with the hole. A lot of times, he would hit people in the back, and maybe that was because the blocking wasn't as good either.
True.
But now, you see him in the line as a one accord. I mean, he takes the play to its fullest, and then you'll see him just break out of there. Or you'll see him hit 90 going north, but you don't see him just taking off from the start going 100 miles an hour. He's easing up to that line, and he has the confidence to know that when it's open, he got the speed and the power and the quickness to get through there. So that he is a better runner. Coach giving him more opportunities. And when you see that right there, that makes you feel good, because at the point he was going his first 6 games, I came and told Jess, I say, is he just a second or third team guy? I remember I asked you that 4 or 5 weeks ago, I'm like, golly. But now, I'm not saying he's that star stud back, but until you get that guy, he's more than sufficient enough to do the job.
If he keeps doing what he's doing now, I don't know what's going on, but Jesse is typing on a computer. I've never seen that on this show. Kurt takes 1 day off, and Jesse's trying to fill his role. Good for you, Jesse.
I'm trying. No, here's the crazy part about it.
Can't log in?
Cannot log in. And the passcode is right on the computer, and I cannot get.
Ask my man in the back.
The passcode is right here.
Help me. Yeah.
The passcode is on the
Do I
computer.
need to come help you?
Yeah, come in.
Yeah, come in, because I tried to.
Is that a star before the number? Like, I can't.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen you try to use a computer. Usually you use your phone. I don't know why you're doing that.
I was trying to get, when people say, and I had to check somebody the other day about Kurt, I was like, nah, Kurt may not talk a lot. Kurt brings a ton of value to our show.
Oh, yeah.
Like today, normally Kurt would make sure that we have a roster.
Right.
So that when we start talking about these things, I don't have to go number. I can go name and number so that people will be able to identify with it. So thank you, Chris Beam. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the show, Chris Beam.
Chris Beam.
Is that a star? What is that?
Yeah, it's a star.
It's a star? Well, it's not working. And so those things like that, a roster. Kurt brings us the opposing team and the current team. Roster, so that when we're explaining what we're seeing, I know I can have proper names to go with proper numbers. Kurt's not here. No roster. So I was trying to bring up a roster.
All right. Well, while we get that figured out, PFF, speaking of Kurt, his favorite website, they rank Carolina's offensive line 10th in the NFL. Both guards and both tackles are ranked among the top 25 at their positions. And then Bryce Young, we talked about earlier, he's getting better. Is he getting better because his offensive line is getting better? What are y'all seeing on film? Are they asking him to do something different than they did at the beginning of the year? Is he just growing into being a quarterback? What's going on?
I think it's a combination. I think after the benching, because sometimes you could that pine will get you right. That pine will get you right. And then the coach kind of takes a step back, Canales, and self-evaluate. All right, where did we fail this kid? Right? What were we asking this kid to do that maybe we shouldn't have? And then Bryce was able to take a step back and say, okay, where was I bad? Where was I holding the ball too long? Was I not making my reads properly? And then when he got his start back, they started running the ball more. You start seeing them run the ball more, and they're going to run the ball with Chuba Hubbard. And trust and believe you me, he's going to be a lot to deal with.
Sixth in rushing yards in the league, 1,011 yards, and ninth in total carries at 238. Also has 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, so they started running the ball more, taking some of the pressure off of Bryce Young and not making him have to go out here and make all the plays all the time for this team. And again, Nate could talk more about the offensive line, but when I'm running the ball more and I'm establishing the line of scrimmage, now how does that factor into the quarterbacking? My play action. They like to roll Bryce Young out right or left. As I was watching film a little bit last night and this morning, all I can think about was the cartoon Tom and Jerry, and that's going to be Micah and Bryce. It's going to be Tom chasing Jerry, chasing him around, and it's like a little mouse just running around. And when Bryce honestly has time, he's actually a really good thrower of the football. But what I did see from Bryce is when I was playing, there were quarterbacks like Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler, and Eli Manning. If you just played the game, those type of quarterbacks for the defense were going to give you one. They were going to give you a chance to intercept it. And when you watch Bryce Young throughout all of his games, there's always a moment in there where he throws one and you go, why? He had it against the Philadelphia game. He sailed one down the sideline. C.J. Gardner-Johnson intercepted it. Like, he's going to give you one. Now, Malik Hooker or Donald, whoever, will they take advantage of it? I don't know. But he's gotten better because, honestly, they've run the ball more. They've been able to establish the line of scrimmage, and everyone's just not blitzing him, and he's looking like a deer with looking in the headlights.
Anything on the offensive line, Nate?
Yes, when I first started looking at it, it was against Philadelphia, and I'm looking at it a little bit now at Tampa. I was like, I looked at their left guard and center, and I'm like, these dudes all right. Now, they wasn't giving up. It seemed like their lateral movement is not that great. But I think due to the fact that they're running the ball more, it helps them in their pass blocking, in their play action pass. They're a strong team, but I'm telling you, if you can run some games, I would like to see some games against them TEs, ETs, some twists, even bringing the linebacker, slanting the tackle in the end down and bringing the linebacker. Because I just don't think their lateral movement is that great. I really don't. Now, you ain't finna run over them. They got some beef up front. They got some hogs, rooting up front, and they will move you off the ball. I've seen them do some things to some people. They'll move you off the ball, but I just don't believe they're that great a pass blocker. And they give ground quick, letting me know that they don't feel real secure, or their offensive line coach teaches the drop back technique of give ground before you make contact. And I don't always believe in that, where you just give ground, then punch. I like to take a step, then punch, a pump out, then punch, not just give 3 or 4 yards and then punch that. I don't like that. That give momentum to a great pass rushing team. So if we can take away their run, if we can get them down by 7 points and take away their run, and we continue to run against them, their offense, I don't think they can hold up.
You know what I just realized, Jesse?
Yes.
In this moment, I just realized this. Nate's got a lot of really, I guess you could call them, schemes, or a lot of good,
Thoughts on offensive line play?
No, that's not the word I'm looking for. A lot of, he's a hustler. Nate is an old head hustler.
Yeah.
Right?
Old head hustler.
He's always got something going on. He's always grinding. He's one of the hardest working people I know.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have to work this hard. He chooses to work this hard.
Yeah.
Nate does not hardly ever say no to an opportunity
to make money
at grabbing $1. He has duped us for the last, probably since he got that fancy iPad. You realize what he's doing. I just realized this. He is on one job.
Working for another job?
Working 2 or 3 other jobs and acting like he's actually doing it for this job. He don't need to watch film for this job, but he watches film on this job to talk about the film on other jobs. That's good for you, man. I just realized what you're doing. And
I got news for you.
And it works.
He does the same thing. He does the same thing. Hey, man.
It all tied together.
It's like your practice for
it all ties
together.
Like by the time we get to Sunday,
it's second nature.
I don't even have to have. I don't have to have notes. By the time I get to Sunday to do my pregame show, I've talked about it so much. Mm-hmm. I've looked at the film. I've watched it. I've rehearsed it. I've said things on this show, my other shows.
Have you guys ever said something on a show and then you talk about it so much you actually talk yourself into a different opinion, and by the time it reaches another show,
when I have to be consistent.
You have to, even if you don't believe in it, you're like, I'm sticking with it.
Like even sometimes, I'll say a score early. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I believe that score. I can't change it now because I don't know who's watching what show. They're like, you said on this show. So I try to be as consistent as I can as possible. Sometimes I forget what show I said what in. Yeah. Cause I'm like, all right, I know this is a fact that I need to bring up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, did I say it on this show?
Oh, well, I'll say it again.
Okay, so I'll say it again. Yeah.
All right, let's take our last break. Still have an open chair. I don't think we're going to fill it. But
Big Rob.
Maybe.
Big Rob, come through, Big Rob.
Somebody come down. Somebody, please. We just staring.
Y'all ain't working that hard upstairs.
No. We will be back.
Big Rob say punching out checks. He's working that hard.
Get him out before the holidays. Well, stay up there, Big Rob. Get them checks out. Last segment of the show coming up. We'll be right back on Hangin' with the Boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin' with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole made with real Hass avocados will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And we are looking forward to the Carolina Cowboys, or Cowboys at Carolina game on Sunday. This will be the last. We don't have a show tomorrow, so today and then Friday and then game day. So what do you guys think? Obviously, you could tell the last game as well. CeeDee's shoulder is really bothering him. Is that something you protect him against now that we're at this point of the season? Do you still run him out there and let him play? Do you rest him? What do you do? Just if he's able to go, he goes?
It's 5 games left, counting this one.
I think so, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
4.
Is it 4?
Is it 4? 4.
Yeah, no.
Counting this one?
Counting this one is 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing, and maybe I'm thinking different, but
Bucks. 3. Bucks. You got Bucks, Philly, Washington. So counting this one is 4.
It's 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I'll look it up.
I tell you like this, CeeDee is still performing. He's still the best thing on our side of the ball. It'll take a higher up coach, Mr. Jones, or somebody to stop him from getting on the field at this point. Unlike Zach was, Zach was not performing at a level that was acceptable. That's why I was trying to get him off the field. But the CeeDee is still performing at that, and he's hurt because he took a reverse the other day, boy, and he thought about turning it up, and he got on the ground. Smart move, CeeDee. Yeah, but I think he's still able to go. Jess, give your thoughts on that.
When the season gets to a point like this, CeeDee is not a guy who has to worry about playing for a contract. But what CeeDee is a guy who looks at numbers. Since CeeDee came into the league, his stats have been, his first year is 935 yards. Then it was 1,100, 1,350, 1,749, and now he sits at 973 yards. He wants to get another 1,000-yard season.
He's going to play at least one more game.
He wants to get another 1,000-yard season. Like, that's something that these guys, when you have nothing else to play for, it comes down now to, we joke about this, but it's a serious thing, and I don't know what his contract may have in it. But personally, it's a badge to say I had another 1,000-yard season, right? When you go back and look at his career, look at Mike Evans in Tampa Bay. Like, Mike Evans is playing, well, they still have a playoff hope, but trust and believe Mike Evans is trying to get that 11-year or 10 years in a row of 1,000 yards.
And that makes sense, too, because just as a fan, if you go look at, PFF, or you're looking at stats, right? And you're like, oh, this guy, does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Oh, let me go look. You don't know if they got hurt that year or not. You're just looking at rushing yards, receiving yards. So that makes a lot of sense that you want to
get that number to a place where you're saying, well, yeah, this is my 4th year in a row. Yeah, this is my 4th year in a row of 1,000 yards receiving. Some contracts may have some bonuses in there that says, hey, if you get to this many yards in the season, that you may get. Now, his contract probably not, because of the numbers, the size of it, right? But thinking about other guys, I think now it's legacy. It's these last couple of games for him are our legacy. How can I go in and I still want to be out there. I want to show the Joneses and my teammates that I'm worth the contract. I want to show people that I am tough, that I don't quit when things go bad. That's who I am. But there is a point in this where it's like,
another couple of weeks.
Yeah, I 30 more yards and I'm in the 1,000-yard club again. And maybe I can get up to that point where because right now he sits at 85 receptions. So another 15 receptions, and now I'm in the 100-yard catch, which he has had, the last 3 years. 107 in 2022, 135 in 2023, is 85 right now in 2024. So 100 catches and 1,000-yard season, those things start to look like, because again, like you said, you go back, no one's going to know that in the year 2024, they're looking at stats that his quarterback was Cooper Rush for most of the season. They're going to say 1,000 yards, 100 catches. His numbers match up to what the numbers say.
What is his touchdowns, Jess?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may want to get him a couple more, just,
5. He has 5 touchdowns.
What's his history? Touchdowns per year?
5, 2025, 6, 9, 12, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. In 4 games, including this game. As far as wide receivers, is there anybody, they got old man Thielen over there. They got, is it Leggett? Is that how you say his name?
Leggett.
Yeah. Xavier.
Does anybody scare you on there, or is Chuba Hubbard the only person you really need to worry about?
Not old man Thielen, where he gets you, like, you ever been to the YMCA and played basketball? And it's that one dude in here, don't really look like he's a baller, but all of a sudden you see him on the court and he is cooking dudes. Romo. Doesn't look like it, but you get out there and all of a sudden now he is fundamentally sound. You like, you can't take the ball from him, right? He's head faking, he's pump faking, and he's jabbing. And next thing you know, you look up and that joker ran the whole session all day long. That's Adam Thielen, 11-year guy, not fast. Not fancy. Can't jam at the line of scrimmage. He runs really, really, really precise routes. Has really good hands. He ain't running away from you, but anything intermediate, he's going to sell it. Like if he runs it out and up, he's going to run up. He's going to sell it. His head and shoulders going to be pointing one way and looking back. And next thing you know, you're like, I got him. He turns up. And it's a completion, right? Like even against Philadelphia, he had 10 catches for over 100 yards. So
he's still got something.
He's not a guy that scares me, but he's a guy who fundamentally sound. He's like the Tim Duncan of receiver right now, and he's going to find a way to get open. And Leggett, he has big playability, inconsistent hands. He can make he'll make a big play, a big catch, and then he'll drop 2 to hit him right in the hands. So he has this level of inconsistency. If they get the running game going, that's where the focus has to be. And the Cowboys, we all know now, they'll be without DeMarvion Overshown. So now insert his boy, Marifal.
Luis.
But insert, now I want to call him Marifal again because I'm joking around.
Luis. Maris
Luafal.
Okay. Now, he got... I ain't going to never get it right. Number 35?
Yeah. Insert him into the lineup. Now, how does that work? Right? Because he was starting early in the year. Now you went to DeMarvion, and now you got to go back to Maris. So it's going to be interesting because they're going to try to run the football against the Cowboys. And like I said, their offensive line is not bad. They're not bad when it comes to rushing the football. And
they go out. I'm telling you, boy, they got a left guard and a center. The Meatball Brothers. I'm telling you, they big, bro. They're some big men.
And the Cowboys have gotten defensively against the run better, right? As the season's kind of progressed, like what's the big difference there? What have they done? Have y'all seen anything different, or is it
they've run blitzed?
Okay,
they've run blitzed. I think one of the big reasons is you've gotten a little bit better help from the guys inside, up front.
Right.
You know, those guys have been a little bit more, they've been fighting more. It hasn't been just you getting blown off the line 5, 6, 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. Those guys have at least been fighting, and if they can just hold up front, if you don't get smacked into the linebacker's lap, Eric Kendricks can still make a play. Of course, we know Overshown, when he was in there, could make a play. That's been, I think, the biggest thing is that, and then the way that Zim has been using his run blitz and his stunts to help guys out to get to the running game. Now, the last couple of weeks, they haven't played really good offensive linemen, so that's helped. So it's going to be interesting to see, because this line is not bad. Like, this is a decent to good offensive line, especially in the run game. So it's going to be interesting to see how those guys feel. And it's a short week. Remember that. They played Monday night. You turn right back around and play Sunday. So, you know, getting the game plan in, trying to get your body rejuvenated. We're late in the year. You're going up to Carolina. It's going to be outside. I'm not saying the temp is going to be like super cold, but it's going to be outside. It's going to be a little chilly probably in the Carolinas. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, before we get out of here, we just found out that it is a loyal listener's anniversary today.
Okay.
Kay, I won't say your last name just for the sake of in case you want to be anonymous, but Kay upstairs. It's her 35th anniversary with the Dallas Cowboys. Congratulations, Kay, Miss Kay.
Okay, Miss Kay.
She listens to us all the time. Loyal listener. So congratulations, Miss Kay.
35 years.
35. That's a long time, man. Jesse, Nate.
She was here when they were winning Super Bowls.
She was. She got the old pendant back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Get the pendant. Nate.
Hey, man.
Good show. Kurt,
Great
we
show.
missed you. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, Jazz, thanks for keeping them company. No show tomorrow. Friday, wing drop, hopefully. If not, somebody will have to grab me a chicken tender from the lunchroom. We will be back on Friday. Y'all have a good day off. We'll see you then.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?